What's happening, brothers worldwide? Welcome to another episode of Nate's Chocolate Convo. I'm Nate. This is the only podcast where building the man is the business. Now, let's dive right into this. I was watching a movie directed and written by Tyler Perry called The Singles Moms Club. First time seeing it. It had Nia Long and three other three or four other women that was in there. I don't know their names, but Nia Long was the one that I knew. Now, in the movie was these single moms. It was Nia Long, it was another sister, it was two white women, and one Latino woman. That's five different women. Two Caucasian, two Afro Americans, and one Latino. I say it again. Two Caucasians, two Afro Americans, and one Latino woman. The white woman, she was artificially inseminated. The other white woman was going through a bad divorce. Nia's Long character, ex-husband, or estranged husband, is a drug addict, a crackhead. The other sister had a baby daddy, locked up. And the Latino woman had an ex-husband who was, I would say, very controlling, a jerk. Tyler Perry played the man that was interested in Nia Long. Then you had Terry Crews, who was into the other sister. Then you had another Latino man who was into the Latino woman. And then you had the two white dudes. So basically it was five women and five men. Now, Nia Long's character, she played a mom who had a struggling career. I forgot what it was, but she had a struggling career. The other sister was straight out the hood. The white woman was the one that was artificially inseminated. She was the woman, she was about her career. And the other white woman, she was what's the word? Careful woman, a kept woman. She was a house mom. Tyler Perry character he was a businessman, kind of sophisticated. Terry Crews was kind of the goofy thug / around the way kind of dude. Then you had the Latino dude who was kind of smooth. Then you had the other white dude who was a hardworking landscaper. Now, the five characters, when you watch the movie, watch for yourself, they was kind of like a simp. Not too bad, but they were in the area of the simp. And the other women played the typical American woman. Feminist, narcissist, it's all about me, independent, don't need a man, all about money. This is the characters that they played in the movie. This is not me. When you watch the movie, you will see it for yourself. Tyler Perry stereotyped the men and he stereotyped the women. But the main thing, when you watch the movie, he made the men look like complete jerks. And he made the women look like innocent victims. If you pay attention to the movie, analyze the characters, analyze the storyline. Each woman had a storyline. If you break it down, you will see they all were victims. They weren't, how could I say, they wasn't held accountable for their own actions or responsible for their own actions. It was all on the men. The men looked like jerks / simps, and the women looked like heroes slash victims, because as you watch the movie, you saw that they made them look like a hero. They was all about their kids, and they just love the kids, and they just don't understand why life is treating them this way. No accountability. In other words, let me break it down. He's pushing an agenda. He's pushing an agenda for men to look bad and women to look good. When young men see this, it doesn't make them feel good to be a man. When young boys see this, it doesn't make them inspired to be a man. When women see this, they have the victim mentality. It's all about me, my independence, and my money. At the end of the movie, none of them married any of these dudes. They were just dating them. Plus, there were other dysfunctions with each of the women as well as the men. But you have to watch the movie for yourself to see that. I'm not going to break all that down in this video. But what I'm saying is, if you watch most of Tyler Perry movies, he's pushing an agenda. Feminist agenda is one. The other agenda is women in control. It's all about the woman and not the man. The man is like a afterthought or second-class citizen. This is in one movie, and he has a whole host of other movies and more movies to come. What I'm saying to you, men, black men, white men, Asian men, Latino men, if you're living in America, if you're born and raised in America, this is what they're making us look like, fools. And this is why a lot of women don't respect us, because of what they see in the movies, what they had in the music, social media, and we don't have matters by continue to accept this behavior and these images that they are putting out about men. In this particular movie, he had everything packed down to how America views men of different races. The black man, drug addict, no good. The other black man, a jailhouse nigga. The white man, the first one, a big-time successful lawyer. The other white man, no, MIA, but she was artificially inseminated, so it could be anybody. And the Latino dude was co-owner of a restaurant or a manager of a restaurant owned by his mother. Terry Crews played a typical goofy slash thug slash homeboy slash idiot. When you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm saying. Everybody else is successful and their head is together. But the black men are jerks or losers. Tyler Perry was the only character where he was successful, confident, but even with him, he had 2 kids from a bad divorce, from a marriage and divorce, which is a typical black man in America. We have to change our own images by changing our mind, by changing the way that we speak, and changing our actions to change that narrative that they are pushing in American society. We have to change that narrative. This movie is called The Singles Moms Club. It made the women look like heroes, and it made the men look like jerks, simps, thugs, drug addicts, no good, controlling, and everything else that you can name of. Just watch the movie. This particular movie really damaged our image. And it was made a couple of years ago. I don't know if it was 2 or 3 years ago, but it was a while ago, before the pandemic. It made us look bad as men in America, especially black men. Check it out for yourself. Just Google it, watch a couple of scenes. It's called A Singles Moms Club. Nia Long is in it, Tyler Perry's in it. Terry Crews is in it. And see for yourself. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself. It's time to change the narrative. Change the narrative by changing the thought. Once you change the thought, you change the words. Once you change the words, you change the action. And the actions will dictate how people view us as men, especially black men in America. This movie had everything in it of what I've been saying for the longest on my videos. So it's back. The ball is once again in our hands as men. We have to take control over our own life and actions, starting with our image. Just that simple. Thanks again for tuning in. Click like, subscribe to this channel. If you want to order any of my candy, you can go to palmernathan282@gmail.com, or you can go to my Facebook, natpalm, NATPALM on Facebook. It's called Angelic Sweets Candy Company. You can get a 6-piece for $6. You can get a 12-piece for $12. And I'm promoting the Batman theme since the Batman movie is out, and St. Patrick's Day theme with the 4-leaf clovers. You can check that out on my Facebook. You can see pictures of that, of the Batman and the 4-leaf clovers. Flavored with Irish cream Bailey's Irish cream liquor. It won't get you drunk, trust me, unless you eat a whole lot of it. That's a joke. But if you want to order some, you can go to these different outlets and order some. Thanks again for tuning in. And as usual, 1, 2, peace.